today I'm going to be breaking down every scene in the video.
You can do things like this yourself.
DIY techniques to freezing in the back seat, poking out the back of a hatchback, the Grand Theft Auto clip.
Our slider here.
And it gave this really, really cool effect. The first official music video I've ever created, I've ever filmed, has recently been released. The video is for a song called Spirit of the Street by Ty Dempsey. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend you do, because today I'm going to be breaking down every scene in the video and telling you exactly how we shot it. We used some really interesting DIY techniques to get the shots that we did, so I thought it'd be really fun to just go through it and share with you guys what we did to get the shots. So with all that being said, let's get started.
Hey everyone, my name's Ty Dempsey. We're here on set for a music video that I'm shooting completely independently. This is going to be the video for Spirit of the Street, which is going to be my next single, my upcoming single. We're not quite sure about results we're going to get yet, but we do have a pretty cool setup here, and it's very small, but for everybody out there that's wondering, you know, how to get off the ground and how to be an artist and do this stuff, you can do things like this yourself. We're pretty confident we're going to get a nice shot. So shout out to all the people out there slumming away, trying to make it work.
I used a 5D Mark IV to shoot all of the clips in the video with various different lenses. We also used a Zhiyun stabilizer to stabilize each handheld shot. And for one of the shots, we also used a Canova motorized camera slider. So right off the bat, there are several different scenes. The easiest scenes that are in this little montage at the very beginning, we just shot with the camera on the stabilizer, literally poking out the window to get some shots of the roads and the scenery and the street lights and the street signs. When you get to 20 seconds in the video, it shows one of my favorite clips. We call it the Grand Theft Auto clip. It kind of reminds me of when you're picking a car in Grand Theft Auto and it's showing you the pan. And anyway, we have a lot of these clips of Tyler's 75 Cadillac Eldorado driving around town. And basically for these shots, we had to wait till really late at night. It was 3 o'clock in the morning because we didn't want there to be a lot of vehicles or people around to get in the shot or tell us to be what the heck are you doing, or to yell at us. There were some people that were coming out of a bar that were yelling at us. But so what we did to get these shots was really funny. We took Tyler's Echo with a little hatchback. We folded down one of the back seats. I had someone else driving the car and we left his hatchback open. I had the camera on the stabilizer and I was poking it out the back of the car. So we were driving around like this with the hatchback. It was actually kind of cold that night too, and we got these shots. I think they turned out so cool for how we filmed them. If you can just imagine me freezing in the back seat, poking out the back of a hatchback. One seat is down, the other seat is up, someone else is driving, and then Tyler was driving his car behind us to get in the shot, and we were just driving all around town like this, and it was quite the interesting night. But honestly, those shots I think kind of make the video, just because I think they turned out so cool, and we literally just used what we had to get them. Then you come to the shots of Tyler singing in the back seat of his Eldorado.
This is one of the main takes we're doing, where I'm in the back seat of this car, which is my 75 Cadillac Eldorado. I bought it in 2011. It came from Ontario. It's a beautiful car. I love cars. And if you get a zoom in here, or a little taste, you can see in the seats here, it's got some pretty funky seats. So I figured that was a good setting for one of the shots for the Spirit in the Street video. We've got lighting. This is all 100% stuff that we're just cobbling together to make work. And this is for all the independent artists out there that you can do it.
So the shots of Tyler singing in his car were created using the slider that I have. We folded down the front seats in his Eldorado. We had to rent a lens because I didn't have a wide enough lens to get the whole back seat in the shot. I believe it was, I can't remember the exact lens that we used. I think it was around 16 millimeters, between 10 and 16 millimeters. I can't remember exactly which one. But we needed a really wide lens to get the shot because there was only so much room inside the car, and we couldn't shoot through the windshield because you would have gotten the weird glare from the windshield. So we set up a plank of wood going from one window to the other window.
So as you can see here, we've got 2 ripped pieces of lumber with a piece of MDF board, chipboard just across it, and we've got our slider here and the Canon 5D, and we rented a great lens for this, and hopefully it's going to give us the shots we want. It's a little ghetto, but it's going to make some good results, we think.
We placed the slider on there, and then we placed the camera on the inside, turned the slider on so it would automatically go back and forth so we could get a nice, smooth, moving shot without me having to be inside the car. And what's great is that this camera has a Wi-Fi connection, so I could literally control the camera inside the car using my phone. So I could stop and start, and I could adjust every setting straight from my phone without having to touch the camera. So we had two softbox lights sitting outside of the car, pointing in the back window so that Tyler's face would be illuminated and not in the dark, so we wouldn't get a super grainy, dark lit shot. So there were a couple of shots where Tyler is just walking around and singing. These shots were just taken outside in varying locations using the camera on the stabilizer. We also have a couple of shots where Tyler is driving the car. So we used that same wide lens as we used for the other inside the car shot, and we put the camera on the stabilizer. I sat in the passenger seat and just filmed while he was driving around. And then at 1:39 you get a glimpse of Tyler playing guitar in front of his car. So we drove around that night, again filming late at night because we didn't want there to be a lot of people around. We didn't want people in the background. We wanted it to just be him in the shot. We didn't want to bother anybody with our filming. We drove around. We were gonna do it in a Kent parking lot, but it just wasn't the vibe that we were looking for. The lighting, they had like a lot of bright lights, which was nice, so like everything was brightly lit, but it just wasn't the look that we were going for. So we just drove around looking for a spot that was what we wanted. We just stumbled upon this little parking lot. I think it was like behind an apartment building or something. It had a perfect street light just above, so we got enough light, and then we used a lot of the light from the headlights of the car to illuminate the shot from the background. And again, for like a camera equipment, we just used the camera on the stabilizer. There was also a couple of really cool shots where we went to a new development before the houses were built. They're actually built now, so we couldn't go back there to film if we wanted to. But there was a new development, the street was built, the street lights were built, but there was no houses there. So we decided to film on that street, and it looked really, really cool with the stabilizer if you keep the camera pointed towards him but walk around him at the same time. So Tyler was standing there playing guitar and singing, and I was pointing the camera at him, but I was walking around him in a circle, doing my best to keep the camera at the same height and making sure that it was continuously pointed at him, and it gave this really, really cool effect. Also, we took a couple of the shots in slow-mo, so we'd have some cool B-roll footage to work with just to insert in a couple of different random places. The slow-mo footage looks really, really cool in combination with the fast-paced footage, and it just adds a really cool cinematic effect. And really, those are all the shots that we created for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed learning how I shot my first music video. It was really, really fun. We learned so much about filming music videos that I know the next time I film one, it's going to be so much better. And I'd just like to note that I wasn't really the director for the video. I didn't come up like the storyline and like the clips that he wanted. That was all him. I was just the cameraman and the editor for this project. I was the one kind of like bringing his vision to life and setting everything up and shooting and editing, color grading, all of that. I did all of that. The actual plot of the video, that was Tyler's idea. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit different than what I would normally post on this channel, but I kind of want to make this channel a little bit more connected with what I do in my day-to-day life rather than making some random little DIYs all the time. I want to make it more music related, photography related, definitely still some lifestyle, but just stuff that connects more so to my life. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more behind the scenes type of videos for projects like this, because I'd be definitely interested in creating more and filming more music videos and filming more video projects for other people. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of that idea, and I will see you guys next Sunday with a brand new video. Bye!